Paul Ramsay, a former jockey, an internally recognized steward, and also the coordinator of the Jamaica Racing Commission 2024 Jockeys School, in this interview with the Quick Galloper, explains the course curriculum apprentices will undergo during their training. Ramsay was speaking today, Wednesday, April 24, 2024, during the orientation of apprentices at Caymanas Park.
Mr. Ramsay, we have had the orientation this morning for the 2024 batch of jockeys. In your view, just give me an idea or a recap of how it went for you this morning.
It went well. We're surely grateful of the participation of the candidates. We know certainly enrolled 27 candidates into the Jockey School program, and we outlined the curriculum and timetable with the Jockey School. And this curriculum is a little bit more advanced than previous in terms of there's more theory. Theory in terms of the race riding technique, also the practical mechanical horse, riding simulator, etc. And also a lot of topics, and the whole Jockeys School program was designed that you have to pass each topic by a test at the end in order to move on to the next. We want to make sure that the knowledge is being grasped by each individual so they can execute the practical on a race day, and all will be satisfied in terms of the betting public and the trainers and owners and themselves. They will become successful riders. That is what we want to promote in Jamaica, producing successful riders.
I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but can you just give us an idea of what the curriculum entails?
Yes, the curriculum entails exercise mornings, or you execute instructions given by the trainer, or you attire yourself, or you report to trainers, common courtesy, race day technique on a horse, the coordination, balance, steer up a length, or you need to break it out, or you need to break out successfully starting gates, how to read splits of a race, how to determine when to give your horse a breather, when to move. Also, when you're in clearance in order to change course, which is critically very, very important. I mean, jockeys they need to make a critical decision within a short space of time, probably half a second.
Right.
That decision is either winning or losing, or hurting the next rider on horses. So they must be properly trained in order to compete out there. And we at the Jamaica Racing Commission are going to make sure that they're properly trained as professionals in order to obtain a license from the Jamaica Racing Commission. So that is our main objective, and I want to hope the public will understand what we're doing. And we have now exceed the level of the Caribbean in terms of training jockeys. We have our program that outdo any standard in the Caribbean, and in some states in North America also. We have a very thorough program. Not only entails race riding and techniques and theory, also entails social development, maths and English classes,
Dieting,
nutrition. It's
rules of racing.
It's a whole lot.
It's a holistic approach.
And we are also mindful of, how riders conduct themselves around trainers, owners, hunters at large, So we just want to produce professional riders. That's the main objective here.
This year, is it the first time that the mechanic, the simulation part of it will be introduced?
Yes, it's not the first time.
Okay.
It's the second time, because we had it 2018 classes, and now it's much more advanced. But we're going to use television screen monitor technology now to simulate race riding into a race, where they'll be deciding when to move and speaking to them at the same time, telling them of the scenario, how they're going to make a
almost interactive
strategic decision in a space of a half a second. So that now will certainly teaches them how that going into a race, critical timing and critical decision is very important in the life of a jockey on a race day, and even at exercise mornings also.
As a rider yourself, or a former rider, How important is this aspect, the simulation?
It is very important, and I'm glad you asked that question because the same way how you're going to ride that mechanical horse, which you call it the equicizer, is the same way you're going to ride the live horses. And back in the past, that's how we are able to determine our better riders because back in the past, Kevin Foster, the Ray and Lewis, the Mandins, they were performing the best in the classes on the mechanical horse. And it's the same way on a race day, they will ride the live horses and execute their jobs professionally. And we will now teach them the proper seating, how to get the strength from the posture, whip change. There's a lot of technique involved in whip change. It looks so easy when you're watching the races out there and you see a rider switch from left to right, but it's a lot of technique. You have to make sure you get the thumbs, the lock, the cross of the reins, that when you switch a stick, your rein does not fall apart. It's a lot of technique involved, and it comes from how when you balance on the horse, and your posture is where you gain the strength from. And we also will teach them how to balance on the toes. Modern race riding jockeys now, they are balancing with on the toes. No longer back in the past, olden days riding, it's all about locking the knees. No, it's different technique. 21st century modern riding, we're racing in now evolving, and we want to produce the most modern riders they are, that the horses will run and without actually feeling the excess weight. Because when you balance in the lighter balance on the withers of the horse right there, the horse tends to carry less weight when you're running. So we're getting into the science also, into the program to let them understand how critical balancing is on a horse and proper seating that they can be able to coordinate with a whip, hand ride, etc.
And I'm sure that will help them a great deal if they have to go abroad, because if persons would want their resume, and then they more than likely will be looking at all those features that you speak about to decide whether they want this rider, yes or no.
That's a fact. And if you we know Anthony Thomas on the international scene at Gulfstream Park doing well, and he's a production of Jamaica Racing Commission Jockeys School, and his resume, at what you stated, is very important because when you need to get a contract from overseas, they will ask you to send a film of a race that you want, and they will look at now your seat, your coordination, and balance, your technique, and that is certainly your resume in order to decision that they will make in order to grant you a petition or not. So that is why we are producing riders for the local market and for the international market. That's where we're headed. And I can also call a name that probably a lot of people now would not be aware of. Patrick Henry Jr. He's also doing well in the States. He's a champion rider at many racetracks now, unheard of. He's doing well. He was also a production of the Jockeys School. So as it is, our success rate is so high. It's unquestionably our school far exceed the level in the Caribbean by far. And the success rate now only encourages us now to improve on the standard of the school, to let it reach a level now that is remarkably the best in this region here.
With the numbers that you have now, for this class, it's what, 27?
27.
27. In terms of the equipment, mechanical horse and the simulation, is it enough to facilitate that number?
Yes, because we have 2 mechanical horses at the moment, and all we need to do is just schedule more practical classes, and if we need to go a little over time, we'll do that. We'll do anything.
So you can find a way to make it efficient.
Yes. We're going to retrofit the program to accommodate extra individuals onto the program.
Is it safe to say that you're eagerly looking forward to the next 6 months?
Yes, I am. I'm certainly traveling on all cylinders, waiting to see what will happen.
All right, thank you. Is there anything else that you think we have missed out on, or anything that you think you should mention?
Yes, just want to assure the public that the Racing Commission is doing whatever is necessary to produce professional jockeys to go out there in accordance with the rules of Jamaica Racing Commission, to ride the horse to achieve the best possible placing at the same time, execute their duties accordingly to earn the best possible placing in terms of a person who is punting. We have to appreciate our putters. They are the one who paid for the sport. And also to provide a safe working environment for the other riders that are expected us to license professional jockeys in order to understand race riding and techniques of race riding in order to be safe out there.
And ultimately make it less of a headache for you on a race day.
Yes, and stewards wouldn't have to intervene with interference or intimidation, etc. So we'll have a good racing product. That's our objective right now at the Jamaica Racing Commission.
Paul, thank you, and all the best with this batch of riders.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.